Nuclear energy, it's one of those topics that gets a lot of reactions, right? People either love it or hate it. But honestly, I've always found it super fascinating. The idea that we can generate so much power from something so small, that's mind-blowing to me. I mean, we're talking about splitting atoms, and from that, we get all this energy. Sure, there's the whole nuclear disaster thing that comes up every time the topic is brought up. Chernobyl, Fukushima, it's scary stuff. But here's the thing. Those incidents were incredibly rare. They're still talked about today because they're outliers, not the norm. And every time we push forward with technology, we get safer. Nuclear plants today are much, much safer than they used to be, with so many precautions in place. And then there's the whole waste issue. Yeah, nuclear waste is a big problem, no question about it. The stuff stays radioactive for thousands of years, which is kind of terrifying. But we've been working on solutions for decades. There's research into ways to recycle or even burn up that waste. And then if we ever do manage to figure out fusion, like real fusion, it would change everything. No waste, unlimited clean energy. That's the dream. But here's the kicker. When you look at the alternatives like burning fossil fuels, nuclear actually starts to look a little more attractive. We're already seeing the effects of climate change, and burning coal and oil is just making things worse. Nuclear, while not perfect, has a much smaller carbon footprint. And yeah, I know people say renewables are the answer, but the reality is we're not there yet. Wind and solar are great, but they don't provide consistent power on their own. Nuclear, though, that can provide steady, reliable energy. It's easy to just look at nuclear energy as this big, dangerous thing and write it off completely, but when you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, maybe it's worth thinking about a little differently. It's a tool that, if used properly, could really make a difference in how we power the world, cleaner and more efficiently. But hey, that's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. This is a huge topic with a lot of different perspectives. But I think it's one worth thinking about, especially if we're serious about tackling climate change.